Good morning, everybody. It's Estelle, and welcome back to my channel. It is Saturday, June 28th. I'm laughing at myself because I swear I did not know what the date was. And I said, oh, let me check the date before I sign on, because I kept thinking it was the 24th for some reason. I'm not sure why. So when I checked the date, I was like, oh, it's the 28th. Why did I think it was the 24th? I have no clue. Anyway, happy Saturday to everybody. I'm so happy it's Saturday. This has been a very long week at work. I'll give an update later on what's going on with me. Today I have some errands to run, so I thought I would take you with me. I have to go get my car serviced. Of course, I have to go to the bank so I can pay my rent. I'm taking a little money out for my envelope challenge. I'm going to Walmart because I have to get my insulin. I'm going to go to Michael's craft store today, and I'll talk about that later. And got to go to Publix. Got to get a couple of things. I did an Instacart order yesterday, but as always, I always forget to get something. And I may go to Target. Because I bought myself a tea kettle. I want to start drinking some tea in the morning or even in the evening, at night. I love tea. I also want to start doing oatmeal. So I bought that, so I may get that today, but I definitely have to get, I definitely want to get like a coffee mug if I can find one that I like. And I want to get myself a bowl. I may just get paper bowls at Publix. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, so those are the things I have to do today. And I'm going to take a drive along A1A today. I haven't done that in a while. And as you know, if you've been watching my videos, you know that relaxes me. And I enjoy doing that. I don't really do a lot of things for myself. So I figured that's one of the things that I can do. And I'm going to make it happen. So I am going to finish getting myself dressed so I can get out and get my day started. And I'll see you in a little bit as we start my errands. I'll see you later. Much later now, and I am home. I went to bank. As you saw, I went to the bank. I went and got, and then I went to get my car serviced. Everything is fine. I needed a new battery, so thank God I went, because if I had come out one day after work and my car would have been dead, I would have been freaking out. So I went to Walmart. Sorry I did not film that. And I went to Michael's and I didn't film that, but I'll show you what I got. And I went to Publix and I'll show you what I got there. So hold on. So I got some shrimp
and that's going to be my lunch tomorrow with part of my salad. I got some strawberries. I already have blueberries also here. And then I got some multi-grain bread. So anyway, that's my Publix haul. Now let me show my Michael's haul. Here are the canvases. There are 5 in here, and as you can see, they're flat. And this is Artist Loft. You know, they're the most common brand. I got these markers, also Artist Loft. These were $8.99, I think. No, $9.99. I forgot how much this was. And then this is a drawing pencil. Got it in black. And this was like $2 at Michael's. So that's my little Michael's haul. So that's it. So I'm doing the smaller amounts first. And then as time progresses, I'll do the larger ones. Of course, this goes all the way up goes from 1 to 100. And then I have back here, I have other things that I'm saving for that I haven't really put any money toward right at the moment. I do have some money in my rent for future rent, but I don't have a lot in there. I want to start saving for a vacation and for a new car, for an emergency fund. Of course, you know, these are all my, you know, gas and education and nails and beauty and all that stuff. Haven't really saved anything in those yet, but I will eventually. And that's my 100 envelope challenge book. So there you go.
Hey friends, so I'm back from my errands. So I wanted to give you a little bit of an update on my life. About a month or so ago, I took myself to the emergency room because I thought I was having appendicitis. Thankfully, it was not that. However, turns out my sugars were really high, and that's why I wasn't feeling well. And I really wasn't feeling well. And you know how you're not feeling well, but you don't realize you're not feeling well until you are feeling well? Does that make sense? Okay, so that's how I was. So I became very upset because my kidney, they did a complete metabolic, a CMP, which is a complete metabolic panel, and my kidneys are not so good. My CT scan shows that my kidneys are normal, but it shows my kidneys are in 3B kidney disease. Now, I'm going to be redoing my lab work because my doctor, I saw her a week ago, and I was very upset. And she said, listen, I don't want you to cry, and I don't want you to panic. We're going to redo your labs because now that your sugars are normal or getting back to normal, I want a baseline. So this way then we can determine, were those results because your kidneys were so high, and hopefully they've come down. If not, if they haven't come down, then we're going to work with it, and we're going to get you to the best doctor we can get you to for your kidney issues. She said, but I don't want you to panic just yet. And to be honest, I really thought my life was over. I was so depressed for like 2 weeks. And I was like, because I was looking up, you know, about kidney disease, and the life expectancy for stage 3B kidney disease for somebody my age is their early 70s. And all I kept thinking was, oh my God, am I going to die in 10 years, in less than 10 years? Maybe less than that? Because my score at the time I went to the emergency room, I was almost to 4. I'm almost to level 4. So I've changed my entire eating habits. I no longer eat junk food. I don't eat McDonald's. I'm allowed to have a McDonald's hamburger, but I have to have it with no bun. And I can have like a Wendy's chicken sandwich. I guess I can have the bun, but it's better if I don't, because of, you know, being diabetic, I really need to limit my carbs. But I am allowed to have that. I can have a hamburger. I'm technically supposed to have it with cheese, but because I'm not eating a hamburger that often, I still get it with cheese. Because I just cannot eat a hamburger plain. I cannot eat it without cheese. I just can't do it. And I've tried vegan cheese, and that's a no. That's an absolute no for me. I don't care what you say. No. So anyway, so I'm eating mostly fish and chicken, and fresh vegetables, salads, and of course I'm allowed to eat some fruit. I'm allowed to have sourdough bread, rye bread, and multigrain bread. I can have oatmeal, I can have eggs. I can't have bacon or ham because that's too much with the nitrates and everything. That's got a lot of phosphorus in it. And when you have kidney disease, you have to watch your potassium and your phosphorus levels. So I'm going to redo my labs, and hopefully on the 17th, hopefully things have gone down and they're back to normal. She said it may just have been because your sugars are high. But like I said, she said, we'll work with what we got, and don't panic. So I said, okay. She said, I don't want you to be upset. She goes, I know it's difficult, but I don't want you to be upset. My hair is in my face. Sorry. She goes, I know it's hard not to, but she says, I want you to try to not to be upset. At least not yet. You know, she goes, we're gonna get this thing all figured out. She said, if your sugars, I'm redoing my A1C, and she said, if your A1C is in the normal range, I think I'm going to put you back on metformin. And she said, and we'll have your insulin as a backup just in case. She goes, at least let's see what your sugars are, your A1C is, and then we'll see if we can manage that and make that happen. I said, okay. You know, I'm fine with that. You know, if I don't have to shoot myself up anymore, I'd really be happy with that. She said, because especially if you're eating the way you say you're eating, she said your sugars are going to go lower, and there may be a possibility that you won't need the insulin, you know. So anyway, we'll see what happens with that. I put in a letter to go remote for medical reasons. I did that a month ago. I still have not heard. So I'm going to update my resume, and I'm going to tell my manager this week that while I'm still waiting, I'm sorry, but I'm going to apply for a remote position within the company for another job, because I can't keep waiting. I feel like I'm in limbo, and I really need to go remote. I'm sorry, but I just do. The other thing is, I've decided to start doing things on my own, meaning going out and doing things. I don't mean going to bars or anything, because I don't go to bars anymore. But I mean taking myself out to lunch, maybe taking myself out to dinner, going places by myself. I'm getting myself a new walker. I haven't purchased it yet because I'm waiting to see if I go remote, because I'm going to need to get a desk and a chair. So I'm saving that money for that. And those things are not going to happen overnight, because I need money to do those things, and right now I don't have the money. The one thing I am doing, I'm so happy for myself, I am going back to college. I'm going to finally finish. I'm going to finish up my courses at the community college, and I'm going to be doing that online. And then once I get done with those, then I'm going to apply to a 4-year school. I don't know if I'm going to apply yet to the school here, FAU, which is in Boca. I might apply to a couple of out-of-state schools, and we'll just see. We'll see. Of course, it'd be better money-wise to go to FAU, but if I, for any reason, don't get in there, you know, you never know. So I want to keep my options open. So anyway, that is what's going on with me. For the rest of the day, I have to clean my bathroom. I'm going to eat my lunch. And then I'm going to work on my resume. Tomorrow, I got to do laundry, and I'm going to clean my room. I was going to do laundry today. I might do it later. I'm not sure. We'll see. But if not today, then definitely tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to carry this vlog over till tomorrow, because who wants to see me doing laundry? Do you really want to see me doing laundry? I don't think so. But other than that, everything is fine. One of my friends is having I'm not sure what you would call it, a party to celebrate her commitment to her boyfriend.
Her and her boyfriend slash fiance have been together for, I want to say 20 years. And I don't think they plan on getting married because they have both said that they really don't need to get married to prove that they love each other. So she's going to have this kind of it's just a party. It's not any kind of commitment ceremony. And she invited me. She called me up on the phone and said, listen, I want you to be there. So I hope you can make it happen. So I'm either going to fly, which scares me already. I've not been on a plane since 2001. Or I'm going to take the train, or I'm going to drive myself. And to be honest, I'm leaning more toward driving myself. I know that must sound crazy to people, but I kind of like that idea. Because then I would, I would travel. Granted, I'd be going to New York, but the thought is interesting to me, and I'm leaning toward that. Next year, I want to get a new car. So I have to, so if I do get my new car, I may just drive. I don't really want to travel on the train because that'll be too much money. And although I like train travel, I do. But I really am, call me crazy, but yes, I'm leaning toward driving myself up to New York. I mean, there's plenty of women on here who travel cross country by themselves. If they can do it, I can do it. I definitely have to save up my PTO time because I'll need at least 2 to 3 days travel going and coming. And then, of course, I'll be there probably more than a week. So I need to save up my PTO time for that. So anyway, that's what's going on right now. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to put this vlog until tomorrow. But if there's any updates later, I'll let you know. Okay?